there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you some more spoiler coverage. Today we are looking at more blue cards. So we actually get a lot of fairy tales, which is kind of surprising. So let's just go ahead and dig right in. So first up we have our base rare blue. This is Thumbalina. So Resonator Fairy Tales, 600 defense for a 1-drop, 0 attack. That's pretty good. And then you can tap her to put a support counter on this card. And then you can also tap her, target J/Resonator, gains 200/200 for each support counter on this card until the end of the turn, and then remove all support counters from this card. So automatically, I'm thinking because it has counters and they get removed, this goes into an Alice Valkyrie deck in the fact that Alice Valkyrie prevents those counters from being removed, so you can keep pumping stuff up. So that's just kind of my first thought, but the fact is, you know, with other fairy tale aggro or stuff like that, you can use her to kind of constantly tack on extra counters and then pump up something to finish the game off. So not bad. I don't quite know, you know, where it's going to fit in, but I think it is a cool that we're getting this kind of additional counter fairy tale support kind of stuff. Then we have the Flower Prince. So he's a 3-drop Fairy Tale Prince. Other Fairy Tale Resonators you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities your opponent controls. So he instantly protects, you know, Fairy Tales from being targeted by stuff. So that's pretty cool off the bat. He only has 400, and he's only 4/4, which is not really the best. But I suppose if you have, you know, 2 on board, then they create a little soft lock and keep this up protected, or something else like that. There's definitely ways to probably keep him alive. And then rest out the recovered Fairy Tale Resonator you control, and this card gains 200 additional defense until the end of the turn. Okay, cool. So you can pump him up if you need to by resting your other Resonators. So then we have the Flower Kingdom, Audition Field, 2-drop. Fairy Tale Resonators you control gain 200/200. So there we go. So then the Flower Prince can become a 6/6 when it comes onto the field. And for 1 blue at 1 colorless, target Resonator loses all races and becomes a Fairy Tale until the end of the turn. So you can protect something with having those 2 will up if you have the prince out on the board. So, you know, they get targeted something that's not a fairy tale, bam, you just make it so that it's suddenly becomes a fairy tale and the effect whips. So that's pretty cool. And the pump 2 fairy tales is a nice little boost. We have Dying Swallow. This is kind of sad, but it's a 1-drop, 100/100. It enters your field rested. So you're definitely probably not going to play this turn 1. But it has for 3 blue and tap, put this card on top of your main deck, search your main deck for up to 3 Fairy Tale Resonators, reveal them and put them into your hand, and then shuffle your main deck. So this is definitely, even though it's a 1-drop, it's definitely a card for like later on, for in the future. And it just helps you kind of refill your hand with 3 Fairy Tale Resonators. So that can be really huge if you can pull it off. It's just really going to be about timing in terms of when you're able to grab it, and make sure that it goes off without being killed because it enters rested. And then we have the Dance of Inspiration, 1-drop spell chant instant. Target Water Resonator gains 400 defense until the end of turn, and then you recover that Resonator. So that's pretty cool, in the fact that you can, you know, block with something, and then suddenly pump up its defense and untap it and prepare it to be able to block again, or something like that. That's pretty solid. I like that a lot. We'll just have to see exactly where that goes in terms of in the meta, but it is a pretty cool card, and the fact that Water's getting more kind of a defensive mindset, I think, is pretty cool. So that's all we have for today, just those 5 cards. Let me know what you guys think, what kind of decks you would want to run these in. Obviously Fairy Tales are going to be probably where they're going to go, something related to Fairy Tales, but let me know exactly how you would see it, and like, comment, and subscribe as always. And until next time guys, this is DMO73 signing off.